Welcome to Silicon Valley, the innovation hub that is home to billion-dollar companies like Facebook, Apple, and Google. To set up shop in the startup heaven is one of the goals of most tech entrepreneurs. Pejman Nozad is one of the founders of Pear VC, a venture capital that has invested in companies collectively worth more than $40 billion. In 2012, he was named by Forbes as one of the most successful angel investors. Now, how did Pejman, who arrived in the US with $700 and not knowing a word of English, end up where he is today? He grew up in Iran. Unfortunately, the Iranian Revolution in the late 70s didn't give a lot of options for Pejman growing up. He dropped out of university after 2 years and decided to flee the country to join his family in Germany. Life was more peaceful in Germany. One day, his brother asked him to try his luck at the US Embassy and apply for a visa. A couple of weeks later, he was on a plane with nothing but $700 and the American dream. When he arrived, he started working at a car wash, a far cry from his previous job as a professional football player and sports anchor in Iran. He even ended up working at a yogurt shop, where he lived in the store attic for years in order to save some money. One day, he saw an ad for a job opening at a high-end rug gallery. Now, he had no experience in sales nor Persian rugs, but that didn't stop him. He called in and convinced the owner to give him a chance. Years later, when he asked the owner why he hired him, the owner simply said, "Well, Pejman, you just wouldn't stop." Pejman had a knack for making friends. He knew the importance of building relationships with your customers, and this skill is what led to his success today. The rug gallery that he worked in was on University Avenue, the main hub for startups and tech companies in Silicon Valley. His high-end Persian rugs cost upwards of tens of thousands of dollars, and it attracted a wealthy clientele, like bankers, CEOs, and venture capitalists. He started hosting networking events at the gallery, learning as much as he can about investing, tech, and business. Over the years, he developed a network of successful people in the industry and began investing in tech startups. Pejman was one of the early investors in Dropbox, DoorDash, and Gusto, companies now worth more than a couple of $1 billion each. Like countless successful people who started small, they all had one thing in common. They were like snowballs on top of a hill. They kept rolling down, getting bigger and bigger along the way. Just like Pejman, when he applied for the job at the rug gallery, they just wouldn't stop. Hey, how's it going, everyone, and welcome to episode 4. I know it's been a while since the last episode, and it's good to be back. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Snowball Effect. Metaphorically speaking, what the Snowball Effect means is that when you push a small snowball from on top of a hill, as it rolls down, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, the term snowball effect is sometimes used in financial management, in debt management, and investing. But for the sake of this episode, let's talk about the snowball effect and how it affects our goals and success. Now, let's be honest. We all want a quick buck. When we start a business, we want to earn right away. When we start a job, we want to climb the ladder and get promoted right away. When we start our fitness journey, we either want to lose pounds or gain muscles right away. But as we all know, that's not how things work. Now, the importance of the snowball effect is that it shows how we can get better or bigger incrementally as we roll down the hill. And that's the most important part. You must start in order to start rolling down the hill. Oftentimes, we do everything from planning, conceptualizing, dreaming, setting goals, but we forget the most important part: starting. The reason why a lot of people get stuck is because of fear. Either it's fear that you're not good enough, or you're terrified of failing or falling short. But the beauty of the snowball effect is that, yeah, you may not end up where you initially intended to go, but along the way, opportunities open up. The snowball symbolizes how over time you get bigger and bigger, and you build on your own success. This is the same reason why rich people get richer, why successful people become more successful, why people who have lost 10 pounds tend to lose more. Because gradually, when you see incremental improvements in your life, when you see those small wins, it gets addicting and you start wanting more. For something that seemed impossible when you started, all of a sudden it becomes possible as you keep rolling down. And to be honest, it gets addicting. The snowball effect can also open up opportunities for you, and sometimes you end up somewhere much better than where you initially intended to go, or it shows you a different route to your end goal. I remember one of my favorite movies, La La Land, and the female lead Mia, played by the lovely Emma Stone. Mia was a struggling actress who kept trying and failing at auditions, but she kept going because it was her dream to make it big in Hollywood. Mia eventually produced her own play, which was a disaster. A few people showed up and was panned by those who attended, except for one person in the audience, a prominent Hollywood casting director who asked Mia to audition for a breakthrough role, which she landed, and eventually launched her career. And if you've seen the movie, it's not really a happy ending for her and Ryan Gosling's character, but at least she got her success. You see, just like Mia in La La Land, what we don't realize is as we roll down the hill, is that we may keep failing or keep falling short, but as you keep rolling down, you get bigger, you get better, and you gain more experience, which could be valuable when the right opportunity comes. And this is what people miss out on when they fail to take action or start. It's not the opportunity to succeed, but it's more of the opportunity to grow and get better and prepare for the right opportunities. I started podcasting as a creative outlet, but one thing I've always wanted to do was voice acting. I thought that line of work is really cool, but I didn't realize that I would be able to pursue voice acting through podcasting, because that wasn't my end goal when I started. But since I launched last April, I've already been hired twice as a voice talent, one for an e-learning video and another for a virtual graduation. And I got hired because of people who reached out, somehow tuned into my podcast and felt that my voice was the right fit for their projects. And as of recording, I've already sent a couple of audition demos for audiobook narrations and some voiceover work. And the cool part about it is I get paid to do it. It takes a while to monetize a podcast. You need a certain number of listeners, you need to launch episodes consistently, and you need to attract sponsors and advertisements. But somehow I was able to monetize my podcast through a different route. But if there are people out there or companies that are willing to sponsor the next episode or the entire podcast, just let me know. When you keep getting rejected in job applications, what you don't realize is that you get better and more comfortable in going to job interviews and presenting yourself. When your ideas get rejected by others, what you don't realize is that you get better and better as you keep on writing, creating, or inventing. When you keep failing at relationships or get rejected when asking someone out, what you don't realize is that you get more and more confident and comfortable in talking to people. In my case, rolling down the hill of podcasting opened up the opportunity to pursue voice acting. Ask yourself, What are the opportunities that could open up for you if you keep pursuing what you're doing? Your career, your passion project, or your hobby? And at the same time, what are the opportunities that you would miss out on if you stop pursuing those things right now? It's like pursuing a new sport or a new fitness activity, and then somehow you get abs along the way, and you get fit, you get healthier. The possibilities are endless. The key here is that you don't stop. When you keep going, you may not end up where you want to go, but along the way you grow as a person and opportunities open up for you. But if you stop, none of these possibilities will be there. In our pursuit of success and goals, if you really want something, we'd rather take that small chance than stop and not give ourselves a chance at all. Sometimes we get too caught up with the what ifs, and we make things more complicated by thinking too much or planning too much. And we do everything except the most important part, starting. In some cases, done is better than perfect. Don't be afraid to fall short and make mistakes in life, because these are the very things that make you stronger and better. As a leader, the best way to lead is to be equipped with the right knowledge and qualities that can put you in the best position to make decisions for your company or organization. And it will only come with experience. Hardened veterans, soldiers who have fought in wars and survived, became great generals. Some of the best CEOs started out in mid-level, low-paying jobs, eating crap, working and learning in the same company that they now run. Small wins give you the confidence that will lead to bigger wins. Just like that tiny snowball. Don't stop. Keep going. Thank you for tuning in to So You Think You Can Lead. Whether you are a part of JCI or not, I hope this podcast can be a safe space for you to learn new things and think outside the box to be of service to others. Join me again next time as we continue to find ways to create positive change in our communities. If you like this episode, please don't forget to subscribe and share. Once again, this has been Jed Manguera, the 2020 president of JCI Dipa. I'll see you again soon.